Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my review of Godzilla. Guys, I was probably about 5 years old the last time I watched the original Godzilla. And now, after all these years, I finally watched it again. All I can say is, wow. I wasn't going to do my usual style of review and do a rundown of the synopsis, because I figured everybody probably knows what Godzilla is about. But then I thought, what if there are some people who don't? Believe it or not everyone has seen Godzilla. Like I said, I haven't watched it since I was very young. So I thought, why not? Here's a quick rundown. The original Japanese version of Godzilla was released in 1954. That's the version I watched. It was then re-released in 1956, the Americanized version, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Maybe I'll discuss that one more in depth another day, but for now, I'll be talking about the original Japanese 1954 Godzilla. Japan goes into panic mode after several ships explode at sea. The cause is unknown at first, and authorities believe it to be underwater mines or volcanic activity. But then, a giant monster emerges from the ocean. It comes on shore and begins destroying houses and killing people. It's the monster we all know now as Godzilla. An expert is brought in. He is a paleontologist and professor, and he believes Godzilla lived between the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. It is theorized that underwater nuclear testing is what brought Godzilla to the surface. Having remained in his underground habitat for centuries, Godzilla is now radioactive. He's not only big enough to step on houses and buildings, but he can also breathe fire. Meanwhile, the professor's daughter, Amiko, is promised to scientist Dr. Serizawa. Despite this, she is actually in love with a Navy frogman, Ogata. Amiko's father believes Godzilla should be taken alive, so he can be studied. But everyone else, including Ogata, believes Godzilla must be destroyed. In the meantime, Serizawa has been working on a mysterious experiment. As Godzilla continues his reign of destruction from the coast through the city of Tokyo, it may be Serizawa's secret experiment that can stop him. The problem is, it might come at an even deadlier cost. This film is absolutely brilliant. It was so ahead of its time. In the simplest terms, it's a monster movie masterpiece. It's the ultimate creature feature. Having not seen this in decades, I've never considered myself to be a Godzilla fan. I'm more of a slasher guy. This never really seemed like my thing. This made it all the more surprising when I watched it and loved it. I loved every second of this film, and I can't wait to watch more Godzilla films. The black and white works so well, and I'm wondering how I'll feel seeing Godzilla in color. I feel like there's a misconception by some that Godzilla is a stop-motion film, when in actuality it's a suit motion film. Godzilla is just a guy in a really hot suit. In fact, I read that it was so hot it actually got up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit in the suit, and the actor would often pass out inside. Now that's dedication, and also quite fitting since Godzilla can breathe fire. Speaking of, the destruction scenes are incredible. I could watch Godzilla destroy cities for the full length of the movie, which is approximately an hour and 36 minutes. Funny thing is, my young mind always remembered it being almost a full-length destruction movie, when in actuality, there's just a small amount of that. Don't get me wrong, as I said, the destruction scenes are incredible. They're very impressive, but they don't last that long. There is so much more to the story than I remembered. But again, I was young. I'm saying all of this because I want anyone out there watching this who has ever considered checking out these movies to just do it. Stop considering it and just do it. And start with the original 1954 Godzilla. Had I rewatched this sooner, this definitely would have made my list of the 21 horror movies every horror fan should own. This is a must. I am very happy to say I now officially consider myself a Godzilla fan. I'm also really happy to own this Criterion edition, which includes the 1954 Japanese original, as well as the 1956 Americanized version, on Blu-ray. Next up for me will probably be Godzilla 1985. I own that one on VHS, and I've been curious about it for a while. But until then, what do you think of the original Godzilla? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.